Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Alan. I'm out here working on this direct heat grill smoker, and I'm working on putting some gas assist struts on the door, so the door isn't so heavy to pick up. It's really not overly heavy. This grill isn't huge, but it could use a little help. They wanted a counterweight on the top of it, and I couldn't see a good way of putting it on there without it being kind of obtrusive or whatever. I'm sure I could have figured it out eventually, but I think these gas assist struts will help out a whole lot. This is a pair of what I'm using here. This is the same size. These are bigger and a lot more force than what I put on, but it's the same thing. Those are 100 pounds. They're I can barely budge them. But what I'm putting on is a 45-pound strut on both sides here. And I was gonna show you how I figured where to put them at on there. It's it can be a little tricky. I don't know everything there is to know about struts, but I'm gonna show you the little bit that I do know. And pretty much that's how to get them set on there. You can see that whole top comes up and it's 1/4 inch. So even with it being kind of small, I think it's 35 by 24. It's still kind of heavy with that 1/4 inch. But with the door, with that assist, you can come right up. The struts aren't pushing it all the way. The struts are assisting it. Once it gets up to about right there, it'll actually start holding. But then it'll come on down. And there's a gasket underneath there. But you need to know where you want your door to sit, how many pounds of pressure that you need. And there's a couple ways of figuring that pressure. I kind of guessed at it, honestly, because I had to pick this door up, moving it around and stuff. And that's how I ended up with 100-pound struts. They were way too much for it. Those were too big anyway. I bought the wrong ones. But that 100-pound force was going to be too much. But you can take this, you can hold it. If it's something that you can't hold, and stand on a scale and subtract that from it. Another way is you could take a bathroom scale, put it on the floor in front of it, set your door up something like that with a board going to that scale and see what kind of weight that gives you. That'll give you an idea. But like I say, these are 45-pound struts. They probably could have went a little heavier, 55, maybe 60. But one thing, I would make sure you put one on each side. That one held it. I had it up there and it was holding it and everything. But if that one fails, then you're stuck. It's going one way or the other. So I would make sure you put one on each side. That way, if one. All right, after you got a guess on your weight, like I said, holding it on a scale and subtracting your weight, or putting that board to the front, it ought to get you pretty close to the pressure you need. And as far as setting them up or guessing your length of the strut that you need, because they're in all different lengths that you can think of probably. What you need to do is measure the width of that. You can see mine's like 24.5. The width of that, 50% to 2/3 of that width is the length of the strut that you want. These are 15-inch struts. When it's opened up, once it's stretched out, 15-inch struts. So that's a little over 50% of the width of this. So now you got your length, you got your weight probably pretty close. Like I say, these are 45-pound struts. I probably could have went at least 50. So now you got to figure out where to set that thing. The best I know on setting them. Now again, I'm not a professional at dealing with struts. When you want to set it, you want to go 20 to 30% from your pivot point, which is your hinge, 20 to 30% towards the front. This is a little over 20%. Like I said, it was 24 inches. This was set, I set my bracket right there. I came up 5.5 inches. So really, from my pivot point, it's probably 5 3/4 or something. But just for the sake of keeping it simple, 5.5 inches I came up and lined it with that bracket right there that I made. Now that's not just on the top side. You want to get your mark where your top of the strut is gonna go, and on the bottom, where the bottom of the strut's gonna go. So your top half and your bottom half. Get you a straight line up and down from the back side there. And what I did is I mounted both of them on that straight up and down parallel, raised it up, checked it out. It didn't want to hold right there. It wanted to start slowly coming back down. So at that point, you need a little bit more strength. You can get another strut, probably a stronger one, 5-10 pounds stronger, and that'll probably solve the problem. But you can also move the bottom side. So you can kind of see that it's kicked back a little bit. If I come up, this is my original line, just for my numbers, 5.5 inches. That's where it originally set. It slowly wanted to start coming down. I moved back the bottom side to 5 inches, left the top at 5.5. So when you move your bottom pivot or your bottom side away from your curve is going up that way. Your curve is going where your door is going. When you move that bottom side away from the curve, it gets stronger. So if the door is coming down, it won't sit there. You would want it to be stronger. You would move away from your curve. If it's not coming down, like you can't pull it down, you would move into your curve. So it makes it a little bit looser or weaker or whatever. So I moved back a 1/2 inch, moved it back 5 inches. The front's at 5.5, the bottom's at 5 inches. So it gave it just a little slant and gave it just enough that it holds it up there where I want it. So basically, like I say, guess your weight. You can hold it, subtract your weight off the scale, put the board on the front end, setting it to a scale. The struts probably don't need to be as strong as you would think if you hadn't dealt with them before. Again, to get your length of your strut, measure that width right there. Get 50 to 2/3% of this width is the length of your strut. And then, now this is a starting point. Again, this ain't gonna be a guarantee, but 20 to 30% from your pivot is where you wanna start trying to put this. And again, try it. I mean, I know nobody likes to put something there and then have to take it back off and then do it again. You end up with holes here and there if you're dealing with wood or whatever. But I mean, trial and error is really the way to get it. And those worked out great on there. I hope that clarifies some of the stuff about struts. What I mean by trial and error is you can see where I had put them in a different spot and stuff and had to take them off. I still got to clean a lot of stuff up on there. But I mean, that's pretty much as simple as I can come up with as a way of doing them. Once you figure out your weight again, then your length of it, the positioning of it is the tricky part. And like I say, the best starting point, 20 to 30% from your back right there, come up. And also I forgot to say, once you had it, to get the bottom position where you want it to be at, I forgot to mention that. What I did on mine is, you can see I got the crane right there, the lift right there. I was holding the door with that chain, and I had that board laid behind it under the stack. So I had the door, once I got the top one on, I tacked it on there, then I got the door in position where I wanted it, and then I tacked the bottom side on one, and then tried that back and forth, and that got my position of the door that I wanted. The one was holding it, then I could just come over here and put the other one on. So you just have to get that door sitting, get it kind of rigged up to where it stays where you want it until you have them on. With a wood door or something, it wouldn't be that bad. With something that's heavy like this, it could be a little trickier. But again, like I say, I'm not a professional with these struts, but I'm pretty sure I just gave you more information than what I gathered in the 10, 11 videos that I watched that didn't tell me anything about them. Except for one. One did. A Russian guy told me quite a bit. But that's the easiest way I can do it. I can say to do it. Once you got your strut, start from the back, the top and the bottom, straight line. See what that does. It may have it just where you want it. And if it needs to be stronger, move the bottom side away from the curve. If it needs to be weaker, move the bottom side into your curve. A little bit at a time. 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch at a time. I wouldn't go too much. A little bit can make a big difference on them. So anyway, that'll pretty much do it on this. I got to get back to working on this. Like I say, hopefully that at least gave you a little bit of information if you're just starting to fool with them. But if you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. We'll see you on the next one.